So hello, I'm Chris, and this is my floor pan conversion video. We have an automatic floor shift car with console, and we put a 4-speed, so we're doing a conversion on the floor pan to use a 4-speed transmission with console. So if you're not running a center console, and it can be any kind of car, it doesn't matter, but if you're not running a center console, this video is not going to do anything for you. So I don't know about all cars, but this one has 2 parts that go with the floor pan that need to match the floor pan. So you don't have to do it like that, but if you want to do it right, you're going to have to change the floor pan so that the parts match the floor. First thing you want to do is you want to search and see if they even have a piece of a floor pan available. So this is a 70 Chevelle, so 68 to 72. They do sell a piece. I think this was $80 or $90. You're going to want to go ahead and buy this piece if you're going to do the console correctly. At first I was going to make a video where I just cut this out and weld it in there, and I thank God that I did not do that. This is the floor pan for an automatic floor shift with center console. This is the floor pan for 4-speed manual with center console. Now what happens a lot is people will convert to 4 speeds and then get tired of it and convert back to automatic. So if you weld that in there, you're not going to have this place right here to easily go back and convert to automatic. See, I don't want to do that. So this video, I'm not going to cut this out and weld it in here. I'm going to show you the best way I can figure out to cut this out, and we're going to just drill holes and rivet it in, and we're going to put seam sealer, and we're going to do the neatest and best job that we can to get this in there perfect, where we can take this out and we're going to make another one with the automatic floor that's going to fit over here too. So if we want to go back to automatic, we can do that. Does that make sense? I'm going to give you an idea on making 2 pieces so you can always go back and switch one for the other. So we're going to go ahead and just make a line with the paint pan. Okay, so we got a starting point. So we can figure about 1 inch in would be all that we need. You got to be careful when you're doing this, because you don't want to be cutting in there when that metal starts getting too close, because it can grab this blade and break it. And if you ever had a piece of this flying at you, it's going to cut you real bad. Okay, that's a pretty freaking sturdy piece right there. I thought this was going to be more flimsy for some reason. This is pretty flimsy. So structurally this isn't going to mess anything up. It doesn't matter. This floor is super strong. And then we're going to go back and we're going to make another plate. So on this plate, I'm going to go back and weld a little edge on it with some thin gauge steel, where I can have an automatic plate if I ever go back. Okay, so do you kind of get the idea that we take a lighter gauge? This is steel from a quarter panel, and we're building a little collar around it. And I'm going to go ahead and weld this up. Okay, so I'm welding it like that so I don't warp it. I'm just going to go back, smooth that out. Alright, so you get the idea. It's just welded, shaped, sandblasted. Now we're going to put some Bondo here just to smoothen this thing off. Okay, so the Bondo's dried. We're going to go ahead and try to grind this down. So I use this stuff on stuff like this. Yeah, plastic dip is awesome, but usually about your 3rd or 4th can, you kind of understand how to use it better. Okay, so I got them both plastic dipped, but we got one more thing to do on this one. Now they do have a retaining ring and a shift boot. Goes on there like this. We're going to go ahead and drill the holes for it. If you look at it, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm just running these self-tapping screws. They look kind of factory-ish, but I have no idea what the real ones look like, but that's what I'm going to be running. Always center punch. I know they're self-tapping, but I still like to drill pilot holes. Low speed. Just get them started. Don't go all the way in because you can strip your holes out. Just started. Just gonna get them started by hand. Okay, we're just making sure it goes on here so we don't have to screw with it on the car. So that looks good. Okay, so I just got this area cleaned. I'm gonna end up doing all the floors the same color, real neat. So we got our other piece. If we ever want to go back to an automatic. I'm running the center console, so I'm just making sure that it looks good. Okay, we're just putting some marks on it so in case we move it, we know where we are. I was gonna put pop rivets in it, but I'm just gonna seam seal it and put screws. Just gonna drill some pilot holes. Oh God, it took the plastic dip off. Now I gotta respray it. There you go, plastic dip's already coming off of 2 places. You be the judge. Okay, so now we could go ahead and just figure out where we want to put the rest of the screws. Oh my God, masking tape, 96 cents a roll. Taking off that plastic dip like that, man, you better be careful with that stuff. All right, so it's in there. It's super freaking sturdy. I really like it. Now this bracket absolutely does not work with a center console. Okay, so that's all I'm saying, that if you're running a center console, you will need a special bracket, and make sure that it's included in your installation kit, or you're going to end up with something that you cannot even use. Very important that you get the shifter on there and test it before you screw anything down. So here's our piece we made. You can see it's centered, perfect. You want to go ahead and put the handle on. Take the ball off. Dust boot. Looks like I'm probably going to end up trimming those just a little bit. Yeah, I am going to have to trim those, but not right now. Retaining ring. We're going to go ahead and put some screws in it just to make sure it's in the right place. Now, next thing to do is put the center console on and see what it looks like. Okay, well there it goes. So our floor pan modification came out perfect. Centered. Looks good with the console. Everything looks right and correct. Well, it came out freaking nice. And I have my other piece to go back to automatic with the center console. All I'm going to do now is just seam seal that when I screw it down, but I got to do some other stuff first. Alright, well that's about it. If you liked the video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.